girl had just reunited with her biological father, a crime lord, when she tried to stop him from buying a stock that was surging sharply. Instead, she recommended he invest in another stock that had been plummeting and was considered a junk stock. Upon hearing this, the assistant immediately reminded her that the stock market was highly complex and advised her not to make random suggestions. However, the crime lord firmly stated that he would follow his daughter's advice. Losing a few million didn't matter as long as his daughter was happy. Little did he know that this decision would soon cause his net worth to skyrocket even further. It turned out the girl had been reborn. In her previous life, she was adopted from an orphanage by foster parents, but lived like a servant the entire time. On her 18th birthday, she ate the cake made by her foster family and suddenly fainted. When she woke up, she discovered that her heart had been transplanted into her foster sister. Her foster family, thinking she was no longer useful, directly pulled out her oxygen tube. But to everyone's surprise, the next moment, the girl was reborn and returned to 4 years earlier, the day her foster sister framed her for pushing her. Watching her foster family blindly take her foster sister's side and accuse her, the girl made a firm decision right then. In this life, she would no longer foolishly act as her foster sister's organ bank just to repay the so-called kindness of being adopted. So she immediately hit her foster sister, then announced that she was cutting ties with her foster family and left their home. She decided to find her biological father. In her previous life, the girl had accidentally overheard her foster mother say that her biological father was a ruthless, kill without blinking crime lord. Now, in need of a legal guardian, she had no choice but to take a risk. She stopped his car and told him she was his daughter. However, the crime lord paid no attention to her and was about to drive away. The girl had to pick up a stone and smash his car. Enraged by this, the crime lord got out of the car to catch her. But the girl, who had caught a cold from the rain, fainted on the spot. When she woke up again, she found herself in the crime lord's house. She also heard that the crime lord had already investigated and confirmed that she was indeed his biological daughter. It turned out, though, that the girl's biological mother was a swindler who had once cheated him. Upon hearing this, the girl was filled with terror, fearing that the crime lord would take revenge on her. She quickly put on a pitiful act and told him about the miserable experiences she had endured in her foster home, hoping to arouse his sympathy. However, the crime lord just pushed her away and turned to leave. The girl thought she was doomed for sure, but not long after, a group of servants surrounded her. They not only brought her a pile of luxury goods and high-end custom dresses, but also prepared a lavish feast for her. The girl didn't understand what was happening, so she dared neither to change into the dresses nor to eat the food. When the crime lord saw this, he threatened her. If she didn't change her clothes and eat, he would kick her out. The girl had no choice but to obediently change into the dress. She held up a glass of milk to thank him, but the old injury on her wrist suddenly flared up. The crime lord noticed the change in her expression. The next day, he planned to find a doctor to examine her. But before the doctor arrived, the girl's 2 older brothers came to deliver gifts. They wanted to ask the crime lord for a favor. In the end, they were shocked to see that the girl was also there.